Hello everyone. Vivek, welcome to the Mumbai Tech Week.
Thank you, Varun. Glad to be here.
So I just realized that for a change today, we won't be speaking about marathons and sports, but about cars and AI, which is not too bad a topic. So,
Absolutely.
right. So just in Jan, you're at the Bharat Mobility Expo. You reveal some amazing cars. I still can't get over the Sierra. And here we are at Asia's largest AI event, the Mumbai Tech Week. How did that happen?
Surprising, right? But, I think over a period of time, it's clear that automotive is increasingly becoming software. Of course, hardware is a big part in it. But the kind of feature sets, the kind of software, the computing power that is becoming essential is going up dramatically every month, every year. And I think it's not far before we see cars becoming more software than hardware. A lot of, I would say, commoditization of the hardware side, commonalization, and most of the difference between brands, between models would be driven by the software rather than the hardware. So I guess the metal people like us in auto should get used to the software side of the business.
No, and it's so amazing because when we speak about tech and startups, we always speak about the Flipkarts and Zeptos of the world, things like omni-channel, quick commerce, and that's all great. That's amazing. But very few people have really put that thought into what goes into building a successful automotive business and retailing it. Like automotive retail has just remained within the automotive forums. I'm so happy that today at this forum, this topic gets its due. So just give us a sneak peek, right? You mentioned about the fact that cars are more than just a physical product now. There is much more to it than that. Can you dissect various elements when it comes to your product and your experience, and how do you look at your business?
We'll start with retail first. To a large extent, even now it is physical. There's a large propensity for customers to touch and feel, test drive. But I think there was a big disruption during COVID where the thought came up is how do we sell it digitally? How do we give the experience digitally? Can we kind of digitize the long, I would say, acquisition process? Auto buying, I think 100% of you here would have bought a car at some time or other. And from a manufacturer point of view or a commercial business point of view, we break this down into a pretty long journey from the time you start researching to when you go online to check out the car on the website to getting a call from the consumer connect center, then going to the dealer. There are close to 20-25 different steps depending on which manufacturer you speak to. The thought came up on how to digitize as many steps as possible, and that really opened out huge array of possibility, right from something as simple as making the test drive virtual to actually giving a three-dimensional experience of the car and the drive itself and the features, and this is something you guys have helped us pretty much quite a lot. And today I would say that out of the 25 steps in buying a car, more than 20 can actually be done digitally and virtually. And this itself has been a big journey, and the way tech is progressing, both in terms of data assimilation and in terms of even connecting with the right consumer at the right time, I would imagine this experience is going to become richer and more digital in the coming years. So we are embracing digitization, I would say, quite rapidly, and it's only going to enhance the consumer experience in the future.
Just to unpack what you said, Vivek, is, and just to simplify it for the audiences here, is that there are three aspects to it. One is the product itself, which is the car. You test drive and you experience it, and of course Tata makes some really good designs, and they are like really safe cars. Then there is beyond the car, which is your dealerships and your service centers and everything else. And then there is your brand, which is your connecting aspirations and everything you speak about that. And all these three aspects of your business need a 24/7, 365 days a year focus. And with AI coming in, I'm pretty sure that all these levels of experiences, the product, beyond the product, and the brand, are now getting massive uplift. Could you shed some light on how you are leveraging AI to enhance all these three experiences?
Sure. One of the best parts of the automotive industry, I mean, there are different classifications of industry, right? Consumer industry, manufacturing, technology, but auto industry has it all. To begin with, we have the entire manufacturing capability, the ability to make cars. Then we have an intense design, R&D departments, and these are very, very time consuming, high capital intensive part of the business. Then we have this entire behemoth of retail, where we have to really embrace every aspect of retail. Then you have an entire thing of services. More and more we are selling software, but also after sales service. So auto industry is among the most complicated end-to-end industry, which actually has several sub-industries within it. Of course, AI is beginning to help us in each of these areas. To begin with, design. Design itself, it allows us to, it used to be a very expensive and time-consuming process to understand the impact of various design choices. Now a lot of it is getting virtual. Manufacturing is another area where AI is going to help reduce the number of interventions required, put out much better quality products, determine which are the sensitive areas, sensitive points in the car, or sensitive parts which are probably causing more issues in manufacturing, and solving them. Of course, R&D, there's a lot of animation and simulation that goes on in R&D, and increasing digitization there is going to make the entire process faster. If you move to the front end, we talk about retail, but before retail comes customer acquisition. AI is going to help us hugely in targeting the right customer with the right message at the right time. It also includes understanding who's the kind of customer who's going to buy your product, which product has which cohort of customer looking at them, and this is going to make the customer's life easier. Obviously, it doesn't get spammed by multiple messages. Many of us are used to getting sales messages or disrupting your social media feed at the wrong time. I'm talking about not only auto but any other product, and you think, why is this coming to me now? But I think with increasing AI, you will get this message probably when you're thinking of buying the right product. After sales is another area where we are able to predict when the car really needs some kind of maintenance attention. So there is no end to how much AI can help automotive. It's going to save a lot of cost, save a lot of time, and the best part is ultimately it's going to make life easier for the consumer.
And what's amazing is just the sheer variety of models that Tata Motors has gotten on the roads. The EV range, the non-EV range, the different editions, the dark editions, the Kaziranga editions, and these are all things which I'm sure a lot of people here are well aware of. And this is science, right? This is not something that just happened overnight. There's a lot of research, a lot of science at every single level to orchestrate and say that, hey, we want to launch this product because this is what it actually addresses. And the fact that there is a lot of science involved and how AI will take it to a whole new level where just the additions and the variety of options that you are going to be having is going to explode is super interesting for all the people. And this is just for people to understand, right? It's not just a car that you see in black and white and red colors. There's a lot of science that goes behind that. And just to understand, like the reason I say that is because here you have some of the smartest people in the country, engineers, startup founders, who are going to buy their next car very soon at some point in time. And essentially, if you have to, let them know that when it comes to your products and when it comes to your experience, the kind of work that goes into it before it is served to them. Could you shed some light on that as well? That what kind of research goes into it to make sure that the product that they own is well designed, safe, and something that they can endure and enjoy for a long time?
So the biggest advantage we have as Tata Motors is understanding the Indian consumer and Indian driving conditions. Let's look at electric vehicle business. We have more than 200,000 cars on the road. Each of them sends back data to us, of course with complete consent with the consumer. We know exactly where the cars are traveling, what are the charging habits of consumers, how the software and the battery performs in different conditions. We have put more than 5 billion kilometers on Indian roads.
Wow.
So 200,000 cars translate to 5 billion kilometers on Indian roads. And that is substantial data. So this understanding of Indian conditions, Indian consumers, driving patterns, charging patterns, gives us a huge edge in right-sizing the products for the future, designing the right products for the future. Also, I would say customizing products depending on usage patterns, regions in the country, and probably even weather conditions and road conditions. We'll increasingly start using this to deliver the right product at the right cost to the consumer. And we believe this knowledge of usage patterns will also help us deliver much more robust products, both in terms of quality, in terms of performance.
And I think it's not just about building the right products. I mean, that's super difficult. But one thing I admire about what you have done is that you have taken properties and stamped your authority at them. I mean, this is the Mumbai Tech Week, right? So just a few feet away from here, you actually have the physical Tata Motors car parked right here. People want a test drive, they can head out, they can take a test drive. There are screens that are going to show you cars which are not physically available. And all of this is happening at this event, where in no time, you actually put together simulation of everything the brand has to offer. And think of the marathon. I mean, who would have thought that there will be an official car of the marathon? And that's for all of us in Mumbai. I mean, a lot of us are marathon runners. And we know at the finish line, one thing we'll know is, will we see a Harrier, Safari or any other car? We all follow cricket in the IPL. You're always wondering that, hey, who will break the window panes of the next car in the stadium? And these are things that no amount of media can buy. So we'd love to understand, Vivek, your thought into these long-term commitments and experiences that you have invested in.
Yeah, I think marketing associations and property associations gets built up over a long period of time. More so, if it's from the Tata Group, we need to exude a sense of stability and trust. If you look at IPL, we started associating with IPL in 2018, and this year would be the 8th year running that we're doing it. I don't think there's been any single partner in the history of IPL from 2008 to now who have been associated with IPL for so long, and I'm sure it's going to continue very strongly. Similarly, we were committed to marathons. We felt that it's a very progressive sport. It is good, does good for society. It, of course, the health benefits, but also the mental benefits. And more and more we've seen that running or any kind of physical activity actually not only does good for the body but also for the mind. And it was a no-brainer that a lot of association of marathons are from the Tata Group and also Tata Motors. And this also has been going on for quite a while. Happy to say that Tata Motors was part of all the top 5 marathons across the country for quite a long time. So long-term commitment, consistency and trust is part of what Tata Group stands for, and so does it reflect in Tata Motors' approach as well.
Love it. The fact that it's part of your product experience, it's part of your brand, and for a lot of categories this is advertising, but for automotive and for Tata Motors, this is way of life. This is essentially how you're looking at your business. And speaking about experiences, right? As we know that the experiences will proliferate, we need to do much more. And we'd love to maybe shed some light on the AI roadmap of the company. And for that, I'd love to get on stage Mr. Rajiv Pandey, who is the head of technology at Tata Motors. So, Rajiv. Rajiv, nice to see you.
Likewise.
So,
I'm extremely excited to be here in front of our gathering. They are the smartest people I'm sure I've ever seen in my life.
and in just a few moments, they will get super excited, and they'll, as I know you have big news to share about what lies in it for them at the end of this session, and we are coming to that very soon. But first up, Rajiv, for an AI enthusiast, I mean, what can we expect from Tata Motors over the next few months, few years? We are all ears.
It's a very tough question, right? Mumbai.ai. It's another big bang for entire human race. And look, at Tata Motors, we are going through a lot of hard and very, very effective modernization spree. We are looking at each and every journey processes across with the keeping AI at the center, be it design, be it manufacturing, supply chain, to sales, pre-sales, and how we can get connected better with the entire ecosystem. That is our endeavor. So, just to give you a number, we have more than 200 AI projects as I speak.
200?
Yeah.
Wow.
Already running in the, some of them are being experienced by existing customers. More will come. And if you look at this entire piece for them to evolve, we are partnering with startups aggressively. Eccentric is also one of them. So it's amazing stuff and great things to come. And our new models will be launched, definitely will have lot of AI in it.
And one thing we agree about, I mean, this is an ecosystem event, right? All of us are here because we are part of an ecosystem. We have enterprises, we have startups, we have students. And one thing we all know is that AI is not property of any one company or two companies. A lot of people ask us that, hey, do you do AI? Like, some kids sitting in the audience will do AI. And they will do it much better than what we can do or what anyone else can do. So, the way to get AI is to collaborate, is to bring in the benefits of the ecosystem into this. And I think there's something super exciting to announce on that note. Over to you, Rajiv. I can't, kind of wait to hear more about this one.
So, look, AI requires a lot of things. It's not about just thinking. It will start working grounds up. You have to get your data ready, people ready, mindset ready, business ready, product also ready. Right? It's a journey. For example, a 3D experience which we deployed, it is not about just showing vehicle in 360-degree angle, right? it is much more than that. We're looking at how we can increase the accessory sale, how we can talk about, making your journey safe, your vehicle safe, how we can talk about sustainability on top of it. So it's not, and it is taking time. Over the period of time, we realize it's not only efficient, enhancing customer experience, at the same time, it's a photorealistic experience which it gives. And a very, over the period of time, we realize it's cost effective as well. So, and this endeavor going to continue. We will continue to work with startups like yourself, Eccentric. There are many other startups are also, we're working, just to give you a number, and we want to work more with future. Yeah.
Excellent. So that brings us to your ecosystem challenge, right? And so people are sitting in the audience right now. You're making it easy and you're making it very accessible for them to partner with Tata Motors. And you're bringing this, you're announcing this initiative at this event. Tell us more about it. What are the different areas where startups can contribute and what can they bring to the table?
So true. This is another next big announcement from Tata Motors side. They'll be opening up, challenge, Tata Motors Ecosystem Challenge at this very Mumbai Tech Week. We'll start from Prabha itself. We have identified 4 broader areas and more as we go along will evolve. First one is how we can look at our product discovery, how we can easily make sure that AI help all the consumers, all the interested prospects to reach us in a better manner. Second one is around hyper personalization. So as Vivek was alluding, we have a lot of point of interest data. We have a lot of click streams. How we can go further, couple of steps ahead and start looking at, using AI at the core to hyper personalize the overall experience. Third area where I feel personally very challenged is that whenever I go for a comparing product, find it actually confusing. So we thought, why not challenge, throw it to the smart people and invite, solution on how to simplify this most complex comparison section of our car buying journey. The fourth one is around safety. How can I further use AI element to drive safe, make product safe, and make entire road safety as one of the focal aspects around it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So just to summarize, one is, how do we increase discoverability of products? How do we make sure that the experiences that people get in terms of communication are super personalized to my persona, to my liking? How do I compare all possible options I have within Tata Motors and everything else in the market and arrive at the right trim or the right option that fits well for me? And how do I make all of this very seamless and very fast? And the most important one, I think, something which is of a huge service to us as a community, probably as a nation, is on road safety. I think you guys build the safest cars in the country, and yet so much more needs to be done to create the culture of road safety, and which I think goes well beyond realm of a regular software that we can provide. And anything that AI can do to address this would be of a massive service to all of us, because more than 430 people unfortunately lose their lives every single day on our roads. What can we do as a community to address that? Very, very pertinent. So, can you also shed some light, Rajiv, on if there is a young team and young startup here, how do they get registered onto this challenge? What lies in it for them? By the way, I just got to know that there are some 40 odd startups that have already registered for this. So that's super exciting. But we'd love to understand from you that, yeah, I mean, how can they get registered and what lies for them?
Cool, 40, good number. See, get out from this hall. Right there we have a booth, look at our car and also register yourself. The process is going to be very simple. Couple of days we'll invite the ideas. Vivek and I will set up a board which will evaluate it based on certain parameters. And then top 10 will be selected for the presentation, and last two would be selected, top two would be selected for the pilot for the all the four areas.
Super interesting. And all they have to do is just have to get to the place where the Tata curve is parked. There's one more thing, right? I mean, just to understand the whole the startup culture along with Tata Motors, and I think this is where there's a live example in flesh and blood of Eccentric, which is right here. So back in 2017, we didn't have a product. We just had an idea, a very vague idea of what we can do with digital twins to improve exploration of Tata Motors products. That's about it, right? And we met Vivek's team, and the direction we got from Vivek is, guys, go for it. If we succeed, then we make it big. If we fail, we still celebrate. Right? It's something we never imagined as a startup, because the perception is that, hey, it's very difficult to work with an OEM. It's very difficult because things take a lot of time. But here we experience this firsthand, the support, the care, and the nurturing that Tata Motors gave us as an OEM to get this thing up and running. And today, just to speak about our business, we are in more than 3 continents now. We'll be in 6 continents over the next 2 years. With Tata Motors, we are not only working with a couple of departments, we are spread across the various divisions of the company, and all of them essentially keep providing us lots of challenges, lots of ways in which we can push ourselves to get these things in place. It's a true collaboration of what goes from India to the world, because a lot of these products, a lot of these insights are being discovered in India and are serving OEMs around the world. So Vivek, on this one, first of all, like super grateful, and thank you for this. And just your message, right? Like, just to the startups out there, that why should they take up the startup ecosystem challenge, and what lies in it for them?
I think firstly, these are real problems to be solved, not only from a Tata Motors perspective, but like Varun said, it's highly scalable, highly relevant for the country itself. Solutions you make here could be cross-applied into many other businesses and industries. But the most important, I think, you heard Rajiv say that from the Tata Group, we are hugely risk-taking, I would say. Our risk appetite is very high. We would love for startups to come and really explore. We're not a company who's afraid of failures or afraid of putting money behind projects which don't take off. In fact, it's just the other way around. So I think it's a great opportunity for all of you to address these 4 problems that Rajiv pointed out, and we are very eager to make them work. If any of your ideas, any of your work is going to give us any semblance of success in solving it, believe me that from Tata Motors, from Rajiv and team, you'll have all the backing.
And just to translate this into startup language, like all of us worry a lot about the product market fit, the go-to market, and everything else. These are real challenges. But working alongside an enterprise like Tata Motors, just sorts a lot of these things for you guys. Because you are working with your buyer, with your customer to partner on these challenges. You are going to market with them because essentially the solutions that work are going to be rolled out at scale across the world, not just in India. So that's what you guys stand to gain. And that's the whole plan that we're looking to develop with this. And very happy to say that today we have the entire Tata Motors team in full strength. We have Vivek, we have Rajiv, we have people from their design, from engineering, and they're all here. Just feel free to just walk up to the booth, mingle with them, figure out what can be done, and you never know. You could be the next startup that gets the opportunity, beginning with the automotive, in one of the most prestigious groups and companies of the country.
I'd like to add on this one. So why you should? See, you have a scale here. We have a connected vehicle platform which has got 1,300,000 connected vehicle, which throws, every second data. So just imagine a vehicle which is running for, let's say, commercial vehicle per se, feel to get inside the phone, because what we are selling is phone on wheels, right? So how would you experience when you get inside the phone? I think these three reasons would be super exciting for me to work if I've been slightly younger.
Excellent. There is no end to use cases, right? There's no end to use cases. They're like, if you're into engineering, hardware, product, software, there is something in it for everybody when it comes to mobility and automotive. So unlike any industry where you're just like, okay, building a website and then scaling it up. It's great, but I think this is something which really gets the best out of you in terms of how you apply yourself. Excellent, guys. It's been amazing being here, and I'm pretty sure that the audience here has got a very different dimension into what the future of automotive looks like with AI embedded within the vehicles and beyond them, right? From all of us, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.